Ruby Rose Langenheim, born the 20th of March 1986, is an Australian actress, television presenter, and model. She gained prominence for her role in Season 3 of the Netflix series Orange is the New Black, 2015-2016, and for portraying Kate Kane, Batwoman, in the Arrowverse television franchise, including Season 1 of the series Batwoman, 2019-2020. As a presenter, Rose hosted MTV Australia 2007 to 2011 before taking on several high-profile modeling gigs, including working with Maybelline New York in Australia. She also co-hosted various television shows, such as Australia's Next Top Model 2009 and The Project 2009 to 2011. She made her film debut with a small role in Around the Block 2013. She later appeared in action films such as Resident Evil: The Final Chapter 2016, XXX Return of Xander Cage 2017, and John Wick Chapter 2 2017. Rose also co-starred in the musical comedy Pitch Perfect 3 2017 and the monster film The Meg 2018. Early life. Ruby Rose Langenheim was born in Melbourne on the 20th of March 1986, the daughter of 20-year-old single mother Katja Langenheim. She is the great-granddaughter of German actress Ellen Bang, 1906 to 1981, and Australian soldier Alec Campbell, 1899 to 2002, who became known as the last Australian survivor of the Battle of Gallipoli and lived to the age of 103. As a young child, she traveled frequently, living in rural Victoria, Tasmania, and Surfers Paradise before finally settling back in Melbourne. She attended University High School and Footscray City College. Career modeling and fashion, Rose first joined the Girlfriend Model Search in 2002, for which she came in second to Catherine McNeil. In 2010, she collaborated with the Australian fashion label Milk and Honey to design a capsule fashion line. The collection, named Milk and Honey, designed by Ruby Rose, includes wash jeans, leather jackets, and t-shirts. The clothing line was available in selected retailers in Australia. Rose also released a collaboration collection with street footwear brand Galaz. In 2014, Rose began collaborating with Phoebe Dahl for their clothing range Faircloth Lane. She is featured predominantly within mainstream fashion titles, including Vogue Australia, InStyle Magazine, Marie Claire Magazine, Clio, Cosmopolitan, Maxim, Nylon, and New York's Inked Magazine. She's been the Australian ambassador for JVC, Australian clothes company Jag, and luxury Danish label George Jensen. Rose is the face of Maybelline New York in Australia. Since March 2016, Rose has been the face of Urban Decay Cosmetics. In March 2017, Rose starred in Nike's latest campaign, Kiss My Airs, celebrating its Air Max Day. In May, Rose was the face of Swarovski's Urban Fantasy FW17 collection launch. VJ career and television personality. In order to land her job as an MTV VJ in Australia, Rose competed against 2,000 other hopefuls in a 3-week national search as former VJ Lindsay Rodriguez moved to the United States to co-host TRL. As part of the competition, she downed 100 shots of beer in 100 minutes against Jackass's Bam Margera and kissed strangers on a busy Sydney street. She stated, "Being a model there is always something they want to change. Whether they want someone a little bit skinnier, a little bit taller, a little bit prettier. But MTV wants you to be yourself, not censoring anything and not conforming to anything." In 2009, Rose won the Astra Award for Favorite Female Personality. She also traveled to Kenya to highlight the amazing work done by Global Vision International. She appeared in the episode Media Virgins of Australia's Next Top Model, acting as a guest judge, and also worked as a correspondent for the finale of Australia's Next Top Model. In July 2009, Rose, along with Dave Hughes, Charlie Pickering, Carrie Bickmore, and James Matheson, hosted The 7 p.m. Project, an Australian television news talk show produced by Roving Enterprises, which aired weeknights on Network 10. She left the program to pursue her own hosting projects. In October 2009, it was announced that Fox 8 had picked up the rights to UK format Ultimate School Musical, which features ordinary teenagers from a school attempting to put on a music production to a professional standard in just 6 weeks. The Australian version was produced by Fremantle Media Australia with Rose as host and aired in 2010. Rose also hosted the Foxtel Mardi Gras for 3 consecutive years before becoming an official correspondent for Foxtel for the 2010 Winter Olympics. In October 2015, Rose hosted the 2015 MTV Europe Music Awards alongside Ed Sheeran in Milan. Acting career 2008 to 2014. Early work. Rose in 2012. Rose was selected in 2008 to act in the Australian comedy film Sweet for Floor. In 2009, she appeared on the first episode of Talkin' 'Bout Your Generation, representing Generation M alongside comedian Josh Thomas. She also appeared alongside Christina Ricci and Jack Thompson in the 2013 film Around the Block. Rose credits her 2014 short film, Break Free, which she produced herself, for the success of her acting career. In an interview with Variety, she described how she was not able to get a manager, agent, or audition, so she decided to create short films as a way of being able to give myself something to do and to study my craft. The film went viral, getting millions of views in a short period of time. 2015 to 2018, Orange is the New Black and film stardom. In 2015, Rose joined the Orange is the New Black cast in Season 3. Rose played inmate Stella Carlin, whose sarcastic sense of humor and captivating looks quickly draw the attention of some of Litchfield's inmates. Rose's performance was generally well received by the public. She was also cast in a guest role as the service robot Wendy in the science fiction series Dark Matter. Rose and Tom Felton lent their voices to the animated title Sheep and Wolves, with Rose as fiancée Bianca. In 2016 and 2017, Rose appeared in 3 action film sequels: XXX, Return of Xander Cage, Resident Evil, The Final Chapter as Abigail, and John Wick, Chapter 2, alongside Keanu Reeves. She also played a musical rival in the comedy Pitch Perfect 3, which was released in December 2017. Rose co-starred in the Warner Bros. film The Meg, a shark epic based on the novel of the same name, alongside Jason Statham. The film was released on the 10th of August 2018. 2019, 2020, Batwoman, and Departure. On the 7th of August 2018, it was reported that Rose had been cast as Batwoman in an Arrowverse crossover. Her role as Kate Kane has been noted as the first openly lesbian lead superhero in television. Batwoman aired on the CW on the 6th of October 2019. Rose's casting as Batwoman was met by backlash and criticism on social media. DC Comics, which owns the rights to the longtime comic book superheroine Batwoman, reintroduced the character in 2006 as a lesbian of Jewish descent. Some online commentators criticized Rose for not being Jewish, while the main focus of the scrutiny was the assertion that the fact she identifies as gender fluid made her not gay enough for the role. Rose quit Twitter and deactivated public commenting on her Instagram account following the backlash. Prior to leaving Twitter, she released a tweet responding to the negative reaction, stating, "Where on earth did Ruby is not a lesbian, therefore she can't be Batwoman come from? Has to be the funniest, most ridiculous thing I've ever read." Rose called for unity between women and minorities, imploring women and the LGBT community to be kinder and more supportive of each other. In Entertainment Weekly's 2019 LGBTQ special issue, Rose additionally discussed the backlash to her casting as the title character of the television series Batwoman. She said the opportunity to audition for Orange is the New Black came about because the show wanted to have a gender-neutral character, but that she has also received criticism because of her gender-fluid identity, adding, "When I got cast as a lesbian in Batwoman, I didn't know that being a gender-fluid woman meant that I couldn't be a lesbian, because I'm not a woman, not considered lesbian enough." She said that while her initial response was dismissive, she later considered if there was a way to remedy the situation so that others would not be offended by her identity, and pondered making up a term that does not offend people and would indicate that she is fluid in her gender, but also a lesbian. On the 19th of May 2020, Rose departed Batwoman after the first season and initially gave no definitive reason behind her departure. Her character was subsequently written out of the series and replaced with a new one named Ryan Wilder, portrayed by Javicia Leslie. Rose later said she suffered an injury during the production of the first season. In August 2020, she called being the lead of a series taxing and stated her back surgery following the injury was a contributing factor in deciding to leave. In a March 2021 interview with comicbookmovie.com, when asked if she would reprise Kate at some point, Rose said, "I would totally do it. I don't think it would serve the story because I think building the new Batwoman is more important than going back too far into Kate Kane, but of course I would." She added, "I've watched a couple of episodes and I think how they're handling it is beautiful. I think it's Ryan Wilder's time to shine." Later that same month, English actress Wallace Day was cast as Kate Kane, as the show's story involved Kate receiving surgical alteration to her face after an airplane crash left her injured. Rose, commenting on an Instagram tribute to her time in the role, said she was stoked about Day's casting. In July 2021, Rose said she was allergic to latex, which was another reason for leaving Batwoman, as her character's mask was made of latex. A few months later, in October, she began to public allegations of an abusive and dangerous working environment on the Batwoman set, naming Warner Brothers executive Peter Roth, co-stars Dougray Scott and Cameron Johnson, and others on the production as responsible parties. However, in response, Johnson stated that Rose had not quit but had been fired from Batwoman, with Warner Brothers then releasing a statement responding to the accusations, saying that Warner Brothers Television had decided not to exercise its option to engage Ruby for Season 2 after multiple complaints about her workplace behavior. On 22 May 2020, Rose portrayed Viola in a live-streamed table read of Twelfth Night as part of a benefit to raise money for COVID-19 pandemic relief. She was also set to star in the action comedy Three Sisters. In November 2021, Rose took a sabbatical from Hollywood to return to her native Australia. Music and charity work. In February 2012, Rose released her first single, Guilty Pleasure, with Gary Go. In November 2016, she released and directed the Veronica's single, On Your Side. She is a supporter of many charities, won a charity boxing match, and has traveled to Laos and Africa to volunteer each year. Issues of concern to Rose include animal welfare, campaigns for anti-bullying, and youth mental health, where she works as an ambassador for Headspace. Known for being extensively tattooed, she showed off her tattoos in a photo spread for Maxim Australia and PETA, as part of the campaign, I'd rather go naked than wear fur. Personal life. Rose came out as a lesbian at age 12. She has said that she was bullied both verbally and physically by her male peers because of her sexuality and gender variance. She has also stated that she was sexually abused as a child by a relative. She experienced suicidal thoughts and attempted suicide at age 12. She has struggled with mental health issues throughout her life, having attempted suicide multiple times,
and has been diagnosed with complex post-traumatic stress disorder and clinical depression, initially misdiagnosed as bipolar disorder. Rose has said that she was convinced she was a boy while growing up, and that she was saving up money to physically transition from female to male. She said, "It was in my mind as something I wanted to do, and then I just didn't. I guess I grew out of it. I even used to sleep on my front because I didn't want to get boobs ever, which I think worked actually." She later said she is glad she did not undergo gender-affirming surgery because she wants to have children one day. She has said that she is very gender fluid and feel more like she wake up every day sort of gender neutral. This announcement came approximately a week after she released Break Free, in which she visually transforms from a feminine-presenting woman to a heavily tattooed masculine-presenting person. She stated that she prefers to continue using feminine pronouns, but also uses they-them pronouns. She said that if she had to choose a sex, she would choose to be male, but she does not feel like she should have been born with different body parts. Seeing the desire her transgender friends had for transitioning, she asked herself if her need to transition matched theirs, and concluded that it did not. "I think at this stage I will stay a woman, but who knows? I'm so comfortable right now, I feel wonderful about it, but I also fluctuate a lot." Rose is a vegan and supports the Geelong Cats of the Australian Football League.
Rose dated the Veronica singer Jessica Orgliasso in 2008. She was engaged to fashion designer Phoebe Dial from 2014 until they ended their relationship in December 2015. She rekindled her relationship with Orgliasso from October 2016 to April 2018. In 2019, Rose underwent emergency spinal surgery to treat 2 herniated discs caused by performing her own stunts on the set of Batwoman, and revealed she would have been at risk of paralysis without the surgery. In April 2026, on Threads, Rose accused Katy Perry of sexually assaulting her in the Spice Market nightclub in Melbourne 20 years earlier. In the media, Rose at Australian Fashion Week in 2012, various media outlets have commented on public fascination with Rose's gender identity, gender expression, and physical appearance, including her tattoos and visual or behavioral similarities to Angelina Jolie, Justin Bieber, and a younger Leonardo DiCaprio. In 2008 and 2009, she was chosen as one of the 25 most influential gay and lesbian Australians by Same Same, an Australian online gay and lesbian community. The public and media attention increased following Rose's debut on Orange is the New Black, significantly with regard to heterosexual women commenting on her physical appearance. During 2015, she was the 5th most searched person on Google. PETA named her one of 3 sexiest vegans of 2017. Emma Teitel of Maclean stated, "Rose resembles an androgynous Angelina Jolie. She is a rare combination of angular and soft. She is a badass with a permanently arched brow and a Justin Bieber haircut. In other words, she is the lesbian James Dean. And straight women are falling madly in love with her." Alex Reese of Cosmopolitan said that everyone was enamored of Rose at the time of her Season 3 appearance on Orange is the New Black. Rose acknowledged the public discourse concerning her physical appearance and subsequent debate on sexual fluidity after heterosexual women said they would go gay for her, commenting that while she thought it was brilliant and was neutral on the matter, some found the public affection toward her inappropriate because they believe it implied people can choose to be gay. Rose said she believes people are being complimentary when making such comments, rather than trying to be derogatory or diminish the coming out process. She said today's society is more open about sexuality than in the past, and that people should not nitpick who can or cannot identify as genderqueer, gender-neutral, bisexual, or trans, or tell them how to live their lives. And this is a message the LGBT community should be supporting.